Well, hi folks, February 13th, snowy morning here on the island. Guess we're going to have to get the old snow shovel out. So I got, this could be another short one, and I've got several links in the description portion. And I'm starting, yesterday we had Eva Braun's home videos on. Now it was showing that one side of what happened way back then and how normal everything looked, how happy everybody seemed to be, like a normal family, like just going to your party with your family sort of thing. And today we're going to start off with a survivor of that time from the other side of it, a survivor of the Holocaust, with just a little girl at the time, and I see the contrasts. And we have that on basically, I think, because that same scenario is panning out today. You know that all the nastiness and all the just total destruction that happened in the 40s just didn't start bang overnight. It was sort of geared up. They found someone to point fingers at. And when I look at stateside or look at any country right now, who are people pointing fingers at? Who are people pointing fingers at? People who don't buy into the butchering of the language. Don't buy, and maybe, you know, there are some people out there, maybe you're one of them, who get a really warm and fuzzy feeling from being politically correct, to kowtowing to what some idiot tries to convince you is fact. Feeling good about sort of saying, yeah, our history is shit, and the faith that my family or we had is totally bullshit, and yeah, you're right. I think we can go along with that. You know, there are people out there with very, very narrow minds, and if some with no working minds at all, who are in on this thing. And that's what happened way back then as well. A group of people were sort of singled out, and then they added a few more to it, then a few more to it. And of course, if you're on that cancel culture to forget history, maybe you've already forgotten this, or maybe some people haven't even sort of looked at it. Well, but check out the Surviving the Holocaust, and if you missed yesterday's, go back, just sort of go back to the channel, and you'll see the Eva Braun home movies, or you can just Google them yourself. They're on YouTube. They haven't censored those yet. But that's, I think, a great danger where we're heading. Especially stateside, it's sort of really ramped up. I mean, with the clown show and the buffoons in the Senate, I mean, you just sort of shake your head. Just shake your head. These are the idiots, from Mr. Senile in the White House to all these sort of wannabe leaders. It's sort of silly, sort of silly. You can just see where these people can be manipulated. And watch out, Surviving the Holocaust. We could not be that far away from stupidity like that. And I see there's universal lockdowns coming. Now, is that who? These guys are all, and gals are all in on some sinister deal. Or is there something that disaster's about to happen that they know, they don't want anybody else to know? And I think they're all too stupid to hold a secret like that. So I think it's more of a case of somebody has these bastards by the short hairs and they're all following suit, doing the same thing. Or have handling them some cool change. If you look at Biden wants a total lockdown. He's trying to get a travel ban to Florida because they don't have a lockdown. Well, you got a link to that. You'll find that interesting. I see Britain with Hancock. Hey, up to 10 years in jail. Melbourne's going into another lockdown. And of course, Trudeau, not to be outdone, he's on February 22nd, he's got his quarantine $2,000 you pay coming into effect. Maybe you're all okay with that. Watch Surviving the Holocaust. And I see, talking about Trudeau, O'Toole is retooling his cabinet. And of course that's normal, you shuffle people around. But probably only only guy who can try to hold somebody's feet to the fire, they put him off onto I would call it a non-existing portfolio. And you sort of wonder, there's a hint of an election coming this spring. So is O'Toole just sort of placing all the pretty faces in the right place to bamboozle people? And I'm not sure who the new finance critic really is. I think he's from British Columbia. I think his name's Fast. Lawyer, career politician. Probably smoother, more politically correct than Poilievre. So moving Poilievre out, I think, is intriguing. Don't know why exactly they did that. Maybe time will tell. And again, Trudeau was going on about his PCR tests when you get back into the country. So we've got several links about PCR tests. And sometimes these tests are like seeing which way the wind's blowing, sort of thing. And another link with Dave Rubin, and it's called Censored. He has a couple of doctors on and a lawyer from Quebec, and it's pretty intriguing. How these experts are being censored by some twit on Facebook or Twitter or on Google. Think about that. People who are experts in their field of practice are being fact-checked by some asshole who is probably going to Wikipedia or some stupid place or smokes to see who's right, who's wrong. Interesting. And again, as you look at that Censored, go back to that Surviving the Holocaust. The last one link I just called it the future. And it's surveillance in China. And I think you'll find that more than interesting. And of course, it's not only China. They're doing the same thing here. Maybe not as ramped up, but they're only a breath away from doing that. And you look at Mr. Senile in the White House, you look at Mr. Apologetic in Ottawa, these guys would throw that lever pretty quickly. Because these people have no sustenance. They want to be leaders. And they have no real sustenance to get anybody to want to follow them. But they can put an army out there, they can get the surveillance going, and through manipulation and like the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain, then they can control and be Mr. Hero. And you got to realize it, folks. And North America right now is being led by Biden and Trump. Think about it. Biden and Trudeau. Think about that. I wish it was Trump. Whatever you think of him, at least he got some things done. And it's interesting. So anyway, that's it for today. I think look after your finances, because, I mean, the guys who were looking after this stuff, Scary. Scary. And hey, don't be afraid to stand up to these twits. I know you don't want to lose your job, so you're going to agree with whatever some asshole tells you that is fact. You know, the thing is, everybody lives in their own minds, and do you want to turn your mind into the world that some idiot's living in? Well, if you're going along with them, guess what? Guess what? If we're going along with these fools, I mean, these clowns are living in a mind that's sort of in a bad neighborhood, and you're going to accept moving into that neighborhood or having that neighborhood move into your mind. Ought to be a law. Take care. Bye for now.